Hi folks, I hope you're well. So, coming off the last video then. So, if most people see change as an attack, how do I find the people that are actually of God? But the answer is not easy. Because, well, the people who are not of God, they don't care if they have God or church. They don't care. They want to look like it rather than be it. So therefore, okay, you need to find the people who want more, much more, who want all of God. Because when you want all of God, then maybe you will understand you have to give all of yourself to God. And whatever He wants to do to help you have all of Him, you will say yes. But you see, for most people in church, they don't want that. They have got a lovely life. They've got a lovely, settled life. We'll say about Claire. Claire has a husband who works offshore. So most of the time, she's left to her own devices, and she has plenty of money coming in, so she can do what she wants, really. She has a couple of lovely vehicles, lovely home, 2 lovely daughters, who are mature and kind and pleasant and exactly what you want your daughters to be. So many parents have daughters that get themselves into this sort of trouble with that sort of trouble, but not Claire. Her daughters are, exactly what you'd want your daughters to be. So she's got this idyllic life. She lives in the country. She still has, family nearby, which most people don't. So she has a very idyllic life. So saying to someone that has a very idyllic life, you need to risk losing everything to have everything from God. Just like Job. To a certain degree, it is just like Job. Yes. And actually, I've never even thought about that before, but it is true. It is just like Job. You have to be willing to lose everything to gain everything. Because that's the point. You want everything of God because there is so much more available than anyone, even all the people, the wisest people, what they can imagine, they're nowhere near. Even if you put all that together, they're nowhere near what is possible. Nowhere near. Not at all. No. Oh. So, everything of God? What would that actually mean? Right now, we have no idea. We have no idea at all. But you're talking about a ministry that nobody's had. Christ didn't have it. No. Although he did, when you look at the point of, the end of his ministry, yes. I'm talking about the years that he was walking out ministering. He didn't walk anywhere near what is possible because his ministry wasn't about that. His ministry was about being crucified and being the Lamb of God. That was his ministry, most of it. And fulfilling the law and all of that from the old covenant. That was his job, right? That's not our job. Our job is very, very different. Our job is, we're not this is wonderful. I've only just, as I'm talking, I'm quite excited because I'm realising something years ago, about 20 odd years ago, was the first time I actually went to God and said, excuse me, the Lord said, the glory I have, I give to them. Where is it? What on earth is he talking about? Because I can't see it. When I go to churches, I can't see any glory at all. As I was speaking, that's what just came to me. We are supposed to walk out the glory of God. Oof. But that's the point. To have that, to be one of those who are sons of God in the time just before Yeshua returns, or maybe even the ones who actually will be there when he comes back. But basically bringing the circle, making the circle complete. It would be such a complete honour to have that. But you see, to have that, you've got to be willing to give it all. And most people, I mentioned someone who has an idyllic sort of life. Certainly most people's points of view. A very idyllic life. Most people don't exactly have that, but they still have something close to that. Certainly people over the age of 50, 55, a lot of people, they own their own home, they've had a successful work life, they've been married for 20, 30 years, they've had children, their children have left home, they now have grandchildren, they've had a fantastic life. They don't want to start again. Right? That's the situation, we're clear. Would you want to start again having had a successful life? Got to the point where life is successful. Wanting to start again as a baby again? Of course not. That's the point. And this is where the devil would come in and say, you don't want that. You've got a really successful life. Why would you want to start again? You've got all this. Look at your life. It's wonderful. You don't need that. Yeah. And the reality is, of course, we're not supposed to be Job. Job was Job. We're not supposed to lose everything. We're not supposed to have our family killed, our pets killed, all our livestock killed, all of that. We're not supposed to lose all of that. And we're not supposed to be, having boils all over us. Being tested to see if we actually abuse God. Or, that sort of thing. No. But it is a case, certainly according to people's understanding, giving your life to God means giving everything. And giving everything, giving control, giving authority, giving all power to God. Ownership of everything belongs to God. Everything. It's a whole change of thinking. It's a whole new way to think. It's a whole new way. And therefore, it scares the crap out of people. Well, of course it does. And certainly for me to be the one to sort of bring it. I feel for Claire, because for me to be the one to bring it to her, I'm not one of these people who is softly. Yeah. That's not my nature. I don't do that. I'm very much to the point, and I don't muck around. If you're saying something and I think you're wrong, I'm going to point out that you're wrong. I'm not going to do it gently. I'm just going to point it out. Because I have no desire to try not to offend, no more than I have desire to try to offend. So therefore, I couldn't care less about it. Now, so if it's scary, normally it's going to be a bit more scary having me be the one do it. I understand that. I do. And so for her, I wish her well. I hope that God will, do it some other way for her. But the reality is, as I say, all these things are tough. And they're scary, but they're supposed to be. Because that's the point. You're supposed to choose. If the choice was absolutely simple, absolutely easy, no problem at all, everyone would do it. No, that's the point. As I said before, the chosen, where the Lord says, many are called but few are chosen, the chosen are the ones that choose him. I don't mean choose him by go forward in a meeting and sing little songs to Yeshua. No, the ones who choose this. The ones who have that scary choice, that thing which is give everything up to God completely, meaning absolutely, completely everything. Knowing what that means, knowing what you're risking at least. Giving control up to God. Yeah, it's scary. Very. But those who choose to do it, they are the chosen. They are the ones who are chosen by God, because they're the ones that are choosing. They want all of him. They're willing to give all because they want all. Some do it the other way around. Some are just choosing to give all because they understood that he did. But again, this is another point. If you understand, if you say that Yeshua gave all, well then, you understand he gave all. Right? And if you understand he gave all, shouldn't you do the same? And again, there are people who are even more chosen because they do that. Now, in my situation, I can't really tell you exactly what happened. I didn't choose because I knew that I'd have all of him, because I didn't know that was possible. But I didn't choose necessarily because he gave all. I chose because that was what I knew God wanted me to do. So, okay. What else can I do? I can only move forwards. As I say, I'm living in this horrible place. I have been living in this place for over 10 years. Cramped to say the least. No money. I've just had to go through bankruptcy. So financially, I'm in a really poor situation. I don't have any degree of fellowship or anything like that. Not really. And so, all I've got is my relationship with God. So if God says do something, I'm going to do it. Because I don't have anything else. So therefore, that's my situation. Again, so can I tell other people what they need to do? No. Not that bit. Or I can't tell them how to do it, because all I can do is point to Father and say, you need to go to Father to learn how to do it the way he wants you to do it, because obviously I ain't you. You can't do things my way because you're not me. If you're someone who has family if you have your own home that's big and lovely and you've got a lovely shower, you've got heating, you've got hot water, then you won't be doing things the way I did because I ain't got any of that. So, yeah, you haven't got nothing. I'm coming from a position where I have nothing in that sense. And so therefore all I have is that relationship with God. I don't have the comforts of this world. I have more comforts than some people have absolutely zero. The people living on the streets have more than they have, yes. But if I'm talking about those people that own their own home, have children, grandchildren, yeah, etc., 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 well then, no, I don't have. So I can't, there's no more than I can tell someone who's homeless how they need to do things because I've never been in their position. But I imagine they can learn more from me than someone who's got everything. Because they've got even less, they've got even more of nothing than me. So they can identify with someone who doesn't have a lot because they don't. But someone who has, they can't really identify with that. Especially if you're in church. If you're in church and you believe you have all this fellowship, then you have all these other people you can go to. I didn't have that. I only had my relationship with God, so therefore that's it. Even friends, not really. No, not really. Just God. That's it. And so for me, that's worked out beautifully. But say for other people, yeah. All I can do is direct you to the one who can lead you and tell you how you need to do things, because that's my job. My job isn't to lead you through every part of your walk. It's to lead you to the one who can.